Hi guys, weekly vlog. Quick update. I did the wheel and tire prep video. That actually just released today. Today's Sunday. Yesterday was pretty crappy. It rained all day. Today it's also looking pretty crappy, honestly, but it just kind of is what it is. I did the wheel coating video on camera. That came out today. I ended up doing a bunch of work on the Mercedes, but I didn't pull the camera out. It didn't go incredibly well. So because of that, I was racing against the clock, and the camera makes the clock tick faster. So I did want to show you. This is what it looked like. So check it out. I like how it came out. Looks good. So we do have a lift on here. The lift is from Tima 4x4. It is a 1-inch lift, or 1.5 inch, I don't know, something like that. But basically, we really can't see it. There's a rubber block up here on top of the coilover, up at the very top. And then on the back side, above the rear spring and the strut, which again, you can't really see. Maybe if we look through the wheel. Yeah. Well, basically, there's blocks. So there's a block about this thick on top of the front coilovers. And then there's the rear springs from the factory have a block that looks like this, that sits up in the top. And we replaced that with a thicker one. And then the rear struts also have a block that goes on top of them. Doing the installation was a little tough, honestly. The rear struts are bolted on the inside of the car, but you have to remove all of the interior trim panels from the whole back half of the car, which is quite a bit. On the rear, the A-arm is so wide that a regular spring compressor doesn't fit. So I had to use, I had to get a different spring compressor kind of in the middle of all of this, like this style. So basically you need to use something like this and put it through the bottom of the A-arm into the shock and hook this on the spring while you tighten this against the bottom of the A-arm. So it worked. It just, that was a challenge. And then the bolts that they sent for the front strut. So from the factory, there are bolts that go down into the front struts from underneath the hood. When you pop the hood, you can see them sitting right there. And these are the factory ones that bolt into the strut. Now you're putting this piece of polyurethane there, and the screw needs to be longer. Well, the bolts they sent with the kit were too long. When you screw them all the way in, they actually would hit the top of this. The shock has this rotating plastic assembly, and it would hit the top bearing. So I had to go to the hardware store and get grade 10.9 bolts that were the right length. The ones that come on it from the factory are these. I want to say they're 25 millimeter. The ones they gave us in the kit are 60s, and what I ended up needing were 50s. 55 was a little too long. 50 was perfect. So if you're doing this, you need they're M8 by 1.25 and 50 millimeter in length, and you want grade 10.9s. And I have this kit from nutsandbolts.com, but the longest one that's in there is a 40, and it was a little too short. So otherwise, it kind of went off without a hitch. It took me probably an hour to do the passenger side front, maybe 30 minutes to do the driver's side front. Once you figure out that you need bolts and you run to the hardware store and you come back and you do all of that stuff, the second one goes a lot easier. And it was the same thing on the back. The driver's side rear took 2.5 hours probably to figure everything out and get the right spring compressor and all of that stuff. And then the passenger side rear took, 45 minutes or something like that. So all in all, I like the tires and wheels. I think they fit really well. It drives great. I took it in for an alignment, and the alignment was pretty darn good. So I to the point that they said, you probably shouldn't even waste your money getting it aligned. So I'm slightly out on a couple of numbers, but sometimes when you're lifting a car or lowering a car, they can change your alignment. Sometimes it doesn't, but in this case, it looks like it didn't, or if it did, it only tweaked it a very minor amount. So we ended up pretty good on that. We got a new oven, so I installed that yesterday. This is the old one that has to go to the dump, so that'll go next week. We're going to be helping Jessica's uncle finally move into his new place, so I'll have a trailer and I'll drop that off at the dump. I got a bunch of e-waste I have to get rid of. This is a box from the oven, all this crap that has to go as well. My hand truck has 2 flat tires, so I ended up carrying an oven kind of by myself into the house yesterday, which is fun. I've been working on cleaning up these wheels. These are the factory wheels that came off of the Mercedes. Just cleaning them up so I could put them away in the shed. I just did one of them this morning. We'll do one with Mile Deep, and we'll do one with Yum. So we'll get to test out some new products there, Yum Wheel and Mile Deep. This is the new oven. I have to finish off the bottom because it's slightly shorter than the other one was, so I have to make a finishing plate for that. But otherwise, it's good to go. I really like the tons of light, works well, it's touchscreen, and has the ability to do steam. So you can put water in it and it will steam clean. It also has air fryer, which is really nice. Picked up this toaster from Brayville, which is awesome. Like I never thought I could like a toaster as much as I like this thing. It just works really, really well. As somebody who eats eggs and toast almost every single day, I think our toaster gets a lot of use. But it's really, really great, honestly. I still have the lift out because I still need to do the brake fluid flush on the Mercedes. So I've got all the brake fluid and everything sitting there. I also need to do a brake fluid flush on the Corolla. And then the air filters for the Mercedes as well. We're going to get that changed out. And then I also got plugs for the Mercedes. So we'll do those also. I was thinking about doing them today, but she's going to be taking the car this afternoon, and I don't like to do maintenance if the first person who's going to be driving the car is Jessica, and I'm not going to be there, just in case like something goes wrong. If something's going to go wrong, it should be with me in the car, in my opinion. What else? I picked up a bunch of things from Poca Premium. I have to figure out where I'm going to put those. So I got this holder for the solo sprayers. It's technically a tape holder, masking tape holder, but it works really well for the solos. So figure out where that's going to go. I got this glove box holder. You can see that here. And then this is a towel holder for like the rag towels. I think I'm going to get rid of this cart, this orange cart. I don't really use it, and I just kind of pile a bunch of crap on it, and it always looks like it's a mess. So as I go through more products and I end up with more stuff just gone and, you know, a reduced amount of product, I think I'm just going to empty that cart and I'm going to get rid of it. And then on that wall where the cart is, I'm going to mount the towel holder, I'll mount the glove box, and I'll mount the holder for these solo sprayers. I got my new Mac Studio all set up. I have the old one to sell. I have to wipe it first, so I'll probably work on that a little bit today. I'm still waiting on the guy to come and do my high lift conversion on the garage door. So as soon as that happens, we can get the speakers mounted up high, put them up over the cabinets, and that's going to force me to reduce some more stuff as well, like all the Geist and lithium that I have up there, as well as all of the waterless and rinseless products. Going through all of those. You can see my shelf has got some space on it right now. I let go of some more Labo Cosmetica. I let go of some more ADS as I've been testing new products. I've got a couple Garage Therapy products that need to go up on the shelf. Adama bought my whole Garage Therapy line, and there were a couple products that I wanted to keep. So basically he reordered those and had them shipped to me, and I just sent off the whole line so that he could have them because it's like a week and a half to get to Canada. So that went out earlier this week. So when the replacements arrive, that'll fill in my shelf up there. I'm going to work through some more. I'm probably going to use up the Iron Man and the tire and wheel cleaner from Clean Tool. They were fine. Maybe I'll do one of the three. I'll do like a Yum, a Clean Tool, and a Mile Deep for the three that I have here, and work through all of those. I do have a bunch of Geon stuff that has started kind of showing up. You know, I was on Secondhand Detailing. I got a couple products from that. I had a couple things that were sent to me by Carzilla, and then I was at 3D the other day, and they had a couple Geon things there, so I picked up a bottle or two that I didn't have. I have Bola sitting here as well. I have Nexen, and yeah, I mean, like, I'm actually to the point where I've got a little bit of space here, so it's kind of nice. And then I might be getting some more chemicals from Christy, Details of Me Christy. She has a bunch of stuff that she tested or you know, isn't using that kind of stuff, and anything that she has that I don't, I'm probably just going to buy off of her. So a little bit of chaos. I did want to show you guys something else too. I picked up another Mirka, and this is the Mirka that I have. This is a 5mm 1-inch. It can be used for sanding. It's technically a denibbing sander is what you would use it for. So you'd put like a 3000 grit sandpaper on here and wet sand a nib. I used it at SEMA and I really liked it. I thought that it was a pretty cool tool. I was able to buy tool only and it was on sale for 20% off. So I got a pretty good price on it, which is what made me pull the trigger. So I didn't buy any additional batteries or anything because I already have them. It does still have the Bluetooth connectivity. Listen how quiet it is though. It's even quieter than the 3-inch. It's pretty neat. So it does come with a Velcro backing plate, and you can put a polishing pad on it. This is a 1-inch pad. It's a Rupes white pad. I guess it's kind of gray right now, but so you can use it for, you know, polishing a mirror cap or something like that. It's not going to have the reach that, you know, my my LE with the APS adapters or something like that has, but it's a pretty cool tool. We'll mess around with it a little bit, see if it's worthwhile to have and to keep. If not, then maybe I'll sell it, but most likely I'll end up hanging on to it. It's just a really nice, well-made tool. Still waiting on the Shine Mates to come. You know, I'm hearing that it'll be May. We're almost May, so hopefully we'll be getting them soon, and then we can test those and see how they are. I don't know that I'm going to end up keeping them long term, but we'll see, because I do have the Mirka already, and I really do like the Mirka. So I don't know that I'm going to sell the Mirka and keep those, but who knows? Maybe I will, or maybe I'll sell the Shine Mates and keep the Mirka. The thing that I'm really excited to see is, does the 3-inch rotary actually make sense? Is that something that I'm actually going to use? Because that is something that you can do, is get a 3-inch rotary. Because the Shine Mate, there is a rotary and a DA. And then Mirka also makes a 3-inch rotary. So I don't know if I like them both. Maybe I'll buy the 3-inch rotary Mirka. Maybe I'll sell the Mirka and keep both the Shine Mates. I don't know. We'll have to see how good they are and how well they work. But yeah, I mean, just everything is a giant mess and chaos right now. And it's super frustrating. Yeah, so Eric got a new car. He got a 23 Civic Si. It's black. So we're going to be paint correcting that and cleaning it up and putting a ceramic coating on it and stuff like that today. He told me to be here around 10. It's like 10:15 right now. So I kind of wrapped up what I was doing in preparation for him to get here, because I didn't want to be in the middle of something. I wanted to be able to jump right on it as soon as he got here. And now I'm like sitting here waiting for him to come, which I don't know. If you're going to be late, just tell the people that you're driving to that you're going to be late. Like, you already know it. At some point, you were more than 15 minutes away 15 minutes before you were going to be there, right? Like, if you're not going to make it somewhere by 10, you know that at 9:45. Let's just be honest. Just saying. So, anyway, the Corolla, we've got a couple things to finish up on that, so we'll wrap that up, get that thing sold, get it out of here, and go from there. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day.